Hi everyone, this is Linda Binns. I am the breakthrough energy expert, which means basically I help people with their energy. I primarily work with professional women and women business owners, and people tend to come to me when they've enrolled in a lot of programs, they've done a lot of things, they're really heavily invested in their personal and professional growth, and yet they tend to not be seeing the results that they want. Very often when I start working with someone, they're in a place of everything that they knew before and everything that worked before doesn't really seem to work anymore. So we work together to figure out why that is. Because when you look at things from the perspective of energy, it brings so much clarity. And of course, you can always change energy. And when you change energy, then your situations and your circumstances change. So that's what I do. And, really what I want to talk about today is I'm going to share 3 things that really impact our energy in a big way that we often don't know about. And I think it's very important that we start to become aware of what energizes us, what drains us, because the more you know that, the more you understand it, the more you can do something about it, and the more successful you will be. Excuse me. So let's get started. When I first started my business, I was, like many purpose-driven entrepreneurs, I wanted to help people. When I learned about energy and I understood what you could accomplish by being aware of energy, by changing energy, by working with energy, I was so excited that I wanted to reach as many people as possible. And I really didn't know what to do or how to do it. And so I just did everything. I did everything that everyone else told me I needed to do. So I was so busy. I went to networking events. I taught workshops. I took every speaking opportunity that I could. I was on boards and committees. I started my own feng shui school. I even co-founded and then was president of a networking group. You see, I was so focused on helping others that what I did was that I actually ended up doing it at the expense of myself. I never once in all of that time thought about what was right for me. So after about 9 years of doing this, my husband and I moved. He got a new job and we moved, and I had to start my business over again. And so when you are looking to start again, the smartest thing to do, as I thought, was to take the things that I knew had worked really well before and implement those. And so that's what I did. I tried the same things, but this time they really didn't work very well. And so I kept trying and trying and trying, and I just was not getting the results really. And of course, my confidence started to diminish. My energy levels started going down. Have you ever had that experience of how frustrating it is when nothing that worked before works now? And everything seems hard. So at that point, I was really forced to take a very good look at myself. I didn't know why everything wasn't working. All I knew was that I was tired. So I started taking better care of myself. I went to a naturopath and I discovered I had adrenal exhaustion. And he was even shocked that I was functioning still at the level that I was. And I learned that I had to make changes within me. Now, this is embarrassing to admit, really, for me, because as someone who helped other people achieve great success by mastering and channeling their energy, I learned that I had squandered my own. So I began a long journey of physical recovery and intense inner work. I knew a lot about energy, but I was now learning it at a different and deeper level. And I learned that I didn't have to work so hard. In fact, I learned I was more effective and I accomplished so much more by doing less, but by putting myself first. When you work so hard and you put everyone else first, you do what I did. You exhaust yourself and you lose touch with that joy, that purpose, that fulfillment. The reason you started your business in the first place. That's how it was for me. And at some point, you do reach a point where you just can't do it anymore. So understanding your energy and channeling it in the way that works best for you and putting yourself first is one of the most important things that you can do. So that's why I wanted to do this live stream, this broadcast, to share just 3 ways that your energy is being depleted, can be depleted right now without you knowing it. So the first one is really through your beliefs and your conditioning that is responsible for the thoughts that you think, the emotions that you feel. And then very often when we experience uncomfortable emotions, things we don't want to feel, we can avoid them. Just like I did, really. I wasn't paying attention. I was so focused on, I have this information, I want to help people. I just didn't pay attention. I had avoided anything that my body was telling me. So when I went to something, when somebody said, oh, the best way for you to meet people and connect with people is you have to go to as many networking events as possible, I took that to heart, and I did. I went to every networking event that I could think of. And as I said, I was even on the board or on committees for some of them. And that was true. Even if I didn't feel that the group maybe was a good fit for me, I went because I just thought I have to meet as many people as possible. So I was avoiding the feelings of discomfort or the thoughts that maybe this isn't the right thing for me. I completely dismissed that. So it's being aware of that and understanding your energy, your uniqueness, and knowing what is right for you. And within that, I would also say that what you think is the problem is never the problem. So for me, at that point, I thought the problem was, well, these things that I'd done that worked before for my business are not working, so I need to learn better marketing skills, better sales skills, or business skills, whatever it is. It was nothing to do with that. It was all to do with me putting my energy into the wrong things. So we often find this, that what you think is the problem is not the problem. I'll share a quick example with you of that. Is a client that I worked with some time ago. She was in a career, she'd been at this company for quite a long time, and she wanted a promotion, but she had constantly been overlooked for promotion. In fact, what happened was new people would come into the company, they would ask her to train these new people, and then those people did so well, they would get promotions. But she never did. She was constantly overlooked. So she came to me to see if I could help her with that. That was her problem. She wanted a promotion. So we started to work together, and we found that wasn't the root of the problem. Okay, yes, she wanted recognition, she wanted to be valued, but we had to go backwards and we had to look at what was going on within her. And there were several things that we paid attention to, her beliefs about herself and her value. We also worked with her home, because the energy of her home was really impacting her in not a very good way. And so I made suggestions. She started to make changes. Within a couple of weeks of making those changes, she contacted me to say, this isn't working. She was in quite a panic, and I said, "Okay, why isn't it working?" She said, "Well, the company is now restructuring, and they've just told me I don't have a job anymore." Now, she thought it wasn't working. I knew that it was, because what happens once you start to change energy, then what is no longer relevant for you has to go away. So I said to her, I understand that, you're feeling scared, but if you can hold on and just continue to do what we talked about, I do believe something better is coming for you. And sure enough, within a week or so, she was contacted actually by a company that she used to work with in her previous position. And they knew her well. She'd worked with them for a number of years. And they just immediately, they'd heard that she had been let go from her job, and they immediately offered her a new job. This new job was more money. It was at a much higher level. They clearly valued her and her skills and abilities. And even better than that, the job was in a different state. So she got to sell her house that she didn't like, that she had inherited from her parents when they died, that had a lot of really unhappy memories. And I felt was really like a weight holding her back. She got to sell that, and she got to move to a new area and to buy her own place. And just everything worked out so much better than she could ever have thought. So it wasn't about the promotion. It was about why she wasn't being valued. And it was because she wasn't valuing herself. And so that was the energy they really had to work with. So that's number one. That's the number one way really that energy holds us back, when we're not paying attention to what's really going on. It's very, very easy to do, because all we see is what's in front of us, right? We don't tend to think of it in terms of looking at what's behind it, looking at the energy behind it. So the second thing that I want to mention, probably already are aware of to some degree, and that is clutter. The energy of stuff. Now, nobody likes it. Everybody knows that it's not a good thing, and we all want to declutter, probably. But what people don't realize is the huge impact that it can really have on you. And so very often when I work with somebody, this can be one of the first areas we look at. So this particular case, the person I worked with, he was starting an online business. He worked from home, and he was starting his own business. And he was stuck. He'd made certain amount of progress, but the launch date kept getting pushed back, because things were not progressing. People were not doing what they were supposed to be doing, and he was really struggling. So we looked at a lot of things, but one of the main things that I felt was holding him back was he and his wife had moved into a new house maybe a year or two earlier, and they had a basement in the house. And you know what it's like when you have a basement. Lots of things had been put into the basement. It was full of boxes. It was full of stuff that they had not been able to get around to dealing with. And so when I discovered this, I said, I really think this is having a huge impact on you and your business, because clutter is stuck energy. And here it was in his foundation, in the basement of the house. So he had all of this stuck energy underneath him, if you like. So I said, I really think this needs to be your highest priority. So if you could just pay attention to this first, I really think it would help you in your business. So he started to do that. And he and his wife spent a weekend just clearing stuff from the basement. And then he said to me, oh my goodness, things have started moving now. Things in his business had really started moving. They were picking up. Things were improving. It was great. Then all of a sudden, he told me things have stalled again. Things have come to a standstill again. And I don't know what to do. So I asked him if he had completed the basement, and he admitted that he'd done about half of it, but still had about half to go. And again, I said, I really think this is the reason, because that energy is just keeping you stuck. So again, could you make this a priority? Do that, and then I think it will help you in your business. So again, he and his wife spent the weekend clearing out the other half of the basement. Boom, things started moving really quickly after that, so quickly that he not only started that business that he had been trying to start before. He launched that, and things went so well that he actually started another business. So, you wouldn't naturally think of clutter or stuff, in your basement as having such a major impact on you and your life. But I'm here to tell you it really does. And then the final thing, number 3, that I want to mention is what we affectionately call energy vampires. These are people who have negative energy. Typically, they're full of a lot of insecurity and pain within themselves. And what these people do is they tend to draw off your energy, or they will project their pain, their drama, their chaos onto you. And the more of a sensitive and caring person you are, the more they tend to be drawn to you. They can take and manipulate your energy. They can also, as I said, pass their pain and their drama onto you. So they leave you feeling like there's something wrong with you. So you've encountered one when, if there's somebody that when you talk to them or when you've had an interaction with them, you really feel horrible afterwards. So I'll share a quick example with you because I think this example really highlights how this works and actually how much power you have, because we often think we are powerless in these kinds of situations, but you are only powerless when you're not aware. So this is a tennis example for those people who know me. I love to play tennis, and a lot of my personal growth has come from my tennis matches. And this one particular case, I was on a team and we were playing a match, and I was playing singles back then, and I started playing against this person, and I became aware that I just didn't feel very good. Now, it wasn't that she was overtly doing anything to me. She kept talking, just kept saying things, and they weren't nasty things, but they were, I don't know, she was being very nice, but it wasn't nice. I don't know if that makes any sense. And I just wished she would stop talking and stop saying things. But she kept going and kept going. And I just was aware that my energy level was going down and down and down. And I wasn't playing very well anymore. In fact, I just wanted to leave. I just wanted the match to be over. And so we finished the match. She won the match. And I was just relieved when it was over. And then as I was driving home, I was asking myself, what happened there? And I was aware that I was still feeling this way. My energy was still really low. I was feeling just yucky. And so I was asking myself, what happened? And then I realized, I thought, oh my goodness, this person has a lot of negativity. She has passed that on to me. So as she's passing her negativity on to me, my energy is going down. Her energy level is going up. So she's feeling better. I'm feeling worse. Once I realized that, and because I was wondering, why am I feeling this way still, and why can't I let it go? That was why, because it was not my energy. Once I realized that it wasn't mine, then I was able to let it go, and felt so much better after that. Then a few weeks later, we were actually playing that same team again. And I thought, okay, if I'm playing against this person, I am setting the intention. I'm going to set the intention that this person cannot take or manipulate my energy in any way, and that I will not take on any of her energy. So I did play this person. We played our match, and I was just there as an observer. So I observed her behavior. I observed what was happening, but I did not allow it to affect me in any way. I just was very neutral, very calm, and just focused only on playing my game and on maintaining my energy level. Because I was not engaging and I was not taking that on from her, she just got more and more upset, really, more and more angry. So then her play went down and my level of play went up. I won that match and she just stormed off and left. But this is how you can deal with someone who is an energy vampire, who either takes or manipulates your energy or passes their energy onto you. You simply become an observer. Now, it isn't always easy. And as you can see, even though I know this stuff, it still creeps up on me from time to time. Usually when I least expect it, I don't often expect it when I'm playing tennis. I'm usually just focused on enjoying the tennis. I don't often expect to find it in that kind of setting, but obviously it does. So it can creep up on you. But all you have to do is have awareness and take care of your own energy, and then it does not affect you. So these are just three of the areas where your energy can easily become depleted. And you can look at any situation where you are unhappy and you'll find multiple ways that your energy is being depleted or your energy is going where you don't want it to go. And some time ago, I started compiling a list of things that drain your energy, things that energize you, just because I thought it was helpful for me. And I actually shared it with participants in my workshops. So I'd like to offer that to you. It's a downloadable PDF. If you would like that list of things that are draining your energy or that can energize you, then just let me know. I just drop a note in the comments or send me a direct message, or you can email me at linda@lindabins.com. And I'll be happy to send that to you. You don't have to sign up for a mailing list or anything like that. Just let me know you want it and I will send it to you. One other thing I wanted to tell you about is that on December the 1st, I'm doing a free masterclass. It's called Why Aren't You There Yet? It's a question that we ask ourselves very often. I ask myself this many times. And I'm doing this, of course, it'll be all energy related, and it's on December the 1st. And it's on Zoom, and it's at 11 a.m. Pacific. And if you would like information on that, then simply let me know and I'll send you the link. Again, you don't have to sign up for anything. Just let me know and I'll send you the link to join. When you feel tired, exhausted, frustrated, unmotivated, or overwhelmed, you might feel there's nothing you can do about it, but there is always something you can do. And the first step to changing anything is awareness. So these three things that I've shared with you, these are just three things that really silently drain your energy. So now you know, so you can stop it from happening and you can take your power back right now. So I hope that was helpful. Do feel free to reach out and share your thoughts with me. And if you'd like that list of what drains or energizes you, let me know. And if you would like the information on the December 1st masterclass, also let me know. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching this, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.